So the content of today's video actually comes from a request or a favor that one of my viewers asked. His name is Joshua, and he goes on to describe how a good friend of his, Ashley, is a fan of my videos. The favor that he asks is that I, number one, say happy birthday to Ashley. He says that it would totally make her day. So I'm happy to make your day, Ashley. Happy birthday. And the other thing that he describes is the fact that Ashley's going through some tough times right now. He didn't give me any details, but let me know that she's having some difficult times, and by having my sharing the happy birthday wish would bring some motivation or inspiration to her. So beyond just the birthday wishes, I'd like to offer you a perspective on hard times, difficulty, and pain. I'll start with a story. Yesterday I stayed home in the early part of the day to watch my youngest son Benjamin while Colleen, my wife, took my three oldest daughters to the dentist. And as I'm sitting in the living room with Benjamin, a knock comes to the door and two beautiful women show up. When I open the door, they're holding their Bibles, so I instantly recognize that they're probably Jehovah's Witnesses. Two beautiful women who wanted to talk to me about spiritual matters. So I had to oblige. We went outside and she offered a quote from Scripture. And the point of the quote that she offered was that there's going to be a time when God will, they call it God, but I'll say God or Allah or the universe because I'm not attached to the name. There's going to be a time when there's peace on earth and there will be no pain to any of us. I listened intently and tried to get some clarification as to what she meant by pain. So she goes on and points to my son who's standing there and said, obviously your wife had some pain, labor pains, birthing pains, while bringing forth your son. And as she recognized through the pictures on the wall that I have 4 children, so my poor wife suffered 4 times through labor and birthing pains. So she goes on to ask me if I would take that pain away from my wife while she was laboring and giving birth. And I instantly answered with a resounding no, absolutely not. In fact, that would probably be one of the worst things that I could do, because I recognize that biologically there are hormones and chemicals that are supporting my wife and my children as they go through those pains. There are all types of magical changes happening in the body and in the mind when you are going through pain. And just particularly the birthing pains. That was probably a bad example for her to use. So I stepped in with another example and I described how I've been bankrupt, frustrated, sick, sad, depressed, sleepless nights for months on end while I'm trying to build a business. Right, and it's not that tough anymore, but a few years ago when that was the case, I had to go through that pain. I can tell you right now that the maturity level that I carry with regard to perspective on different parts of life are a direct reflection of the pain I suffered in order to get to where I am. And my wife is not the same person that she was prior to having all the birthing pains that were associated with bringing forth our children. My point was that a life without pain is a life without challenge, and a life without challenge is a life without growth. So not only do I embrace the challenge, embrace the pain associated with challenge and growth, but I even look forward to it in many regards. Some people think I'm strange, but sometimes I even ask for it. Send me a challenge, God, that you think should rid the world of pain. I invoke, please, give me some challenges here because I need to be tested. I need to be stronger. I need to grow in my resolve with whatever weakness is in my character. Pain is a beautiful thing. Challenge is what life is about. A life without challenge, a life without pain is a life without growth. And where there is no growth, there's stale, stagnant energy. And that's where most people live. Because most people's lives are designed around treading a path that is void of challenge. The minute they recognize challenge or pain, they move the other way. This is a primal instinct and normal and natural, but a weak perspective. Most people are bored if you ask them, what do you think about your life? Same old, same old. Every single day, what's the thing? Same day, same shit, different day. Things of this nature. That's because they're living their lives in a lie that is shrouded in comfort. It doesn't exist. They're not challenged, they're not growing, they're bored, and they're better off dead. Your aliveness is found in your pain. Embrace it, love it, and grow from it. Happy birthday, and I wish you more pain.
Elliott's sick. What?